I'm going to tell you, but before that, I need another Clementine, and I need to give half to our friend here because she just rolled her eyes at me. And I'm perspicacious. I notice everything. She doesn't realize that I'm a ninja. I detect these things. Even when I'm looking directly ahead, I can detect it. So I'm going to give her some of my Clementine, and she's going to feel better. So I'm going to get a Clementine. Would you like some Clementine, my dear?
Sure.
You want some Clementine?
I think for me, it's like...
I asked you a question. Would you like some
I would love some, yeah.
You want some Clementine?
Yeah.
We're going to hook it up.
Okay.
Clementine's coming. All right. Go on. Continue.
Okay. Well... No, I mean, I just feel like this is definitely a different conversation for me because I'm very open-minded. I love hearing different perspective, and I do feel like this is a newer idea. Like you said, within the last 30, 40 years, this is a new concept. We don't know how it's going to end. I just know from like my experience, other women that I've met as well, it's like the reason for even like relationships why they're not lasting is because people don't want to put up with the disrespect. And like even when you were talking about like, oh, it's okay for me to cheat but not for you, my thing is like, why not have transparency and have it be polygamous, polyamorous, whatever works for you? That's like to me where it loses me with the traditional stuff.
I get it.
It's like, why can't we have transparency? If I sign up for that, cool.
So how does it? No man in a million years. Let's all be realistic, right? No man in a million years is gonna meet a girl he likes and go, I want to be polyamorous. Like, come on, that's gay. Let's cut this bullshit. So let's be realistic. How does a man show love to a woman?
Exclusivity.
Wrong. That is how.
Time, resources, and something else.
Time, resources. So
yeah.
that's a good way to start. So sexual exclusivity is how a female shows primarily that she's interested in a man. He's the only man who has sexual access to me because I can get pregnant, and this man is the only man who can do it. That's how it's done. A man, yes, I'm not saying all men can cheat. I'm not saying all men should cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if I truly love a woman, she won't sit there and go, he shows me his love because he doesn't anyone else. She'll sit there and go, he shows me his love because my bills are paid, I'm in a Bentley, I fly private, I go to Dubai anytime I want, I have a Chanel bag. And I'm not talking about just money, I'm talking about resource and a lifestyle as a whole. This is not just me, this is the world, and most of the world today. If you go to Moscow and you find a big G, a rich guy, right? He has his wife, she's pushing a Bentley, she has a kid, she's living in a mansion, whatever. When he goes to the club with his boys, you think he ain't with 19-year-old strippers? Of course he is. But she's just like, whatever, don't care, I'm the one who has the money, don't give a shit. So you have to...
Precisely.
Sit there, and to a point you have to sit and analyze the difference when you're saying disrespect. If you're gonna go through life as a woman and say, I only care about the sexual exclusivity of my man, then what you're gonna end up doing is having a bunch of failed relationships with loads of dudes. Okay. There has to get a point where you go, you know what, this guy ticks so many boxes. Once a year, twice a year, he's out with his boys, does some dumb shit. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't notice because my bills are paid, I'm looked after, I can tell he cares about me. If I have a problem, he's gonna fix it. He's ticked so many. That's the smart female move, as opposed to go, I don't care how good he is to me, he once, so I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna get another man who I don't love who'll anyway, and then I'll get another man who I don't love who'll it's an endless cycle of dumb shit. I'll tell you this, there's not a girl on this panel or on the planet today who couldn't walk outside and find a man who's gonna be nice to her, loyal to her, and make her his queen. Women don't want that. So they'll sit there and go, no, I want Chris Brown. And then they'll go try to get Chris Brown. Then Chris Brown will cheat. And they'll be like, I can't believe he cheated. I am devastated. Well, what the do you think's gonna happen? If I go to the car garage, right, you have to make a decision what you truly want in your life. If you truly want to just find a man who's gonna look after you and take care of you, you're gonna be his queen, he's gonna be loyal, you can find that all day, but you're gonna have to settle to a degree where a lot of women perhaps are not prepared to do that. You see how women act. They'd rather chase a fraction of a real G's time than have 100% of the time of a fucking dude who they don't respect at that level. Yeah. And it's kind of like going to a car dealership. You walk in there, if you want reliability, you can get a Nissan. But if you want to get a Ferrari, it comes with headaches. It's going to come with problems. So when girls say to me, oh, you know what, Andrew, you should be loyal to that. Men like me don't have to be. And you know that. So why are you here trying to tell me what to do? Because you know I don't have to be loyal, and all the girls don't have to be loyal. So why are you sitting there pretending you expected me to be loyal when everyone knew from ground up day one it was never going to ever happen? And you're still here.
I think
you're still texting.
They're going to be the one that changes you.
Oh, no, yeah, of course they are.
That's the biggest mistake that girls make.
Whose fault is this? This is the feet.
Look at the look on Brittany's face. She's like, dang, what he's saying makes so much sense. She's over there quiet, listening, absorbing, taking it all in. She has no choice. She's listening to a man. She hears a man. She sees a man sitting in the opposite corner of that couch than her. She viewed this man as a man. She has no choice but to respect what it is that he's saying, because he's speaking for a certain percentage of men.
Decision. They sit there and decide, no, I want this. Cool, then you're going to have to accept he ain't going to be loyal to you. He's barely going to reply to you. That's the game.
They like being cheated. I swear to God, this show has made me believe. I think women like to be cheated on.
I don't.
I swear to God, no, because all y'all ever talk about is your exes that cheated on you.
So when a man, because he's a top G, cheats on a woman, it's like, well, what do you expect? When you should actually turn around to him and
Accountable
say,
for what? Accountable for its natural
is
evolutionary
cheating-
biology.
Is cheating morally correct?
Yes.
Depends.
Yes.
How
So
can you say? How can you say that? Are you
You're
joking?
okay with your woman cheating on you then?
Absolutely not. That's her.
No, because
Oh, it's a wrap when she cheats on you, but you can cheat on her.
There has not been, in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect put in the name of a promiscuous female, ever. Ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity, ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself, because she is fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There's no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. If you find a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes, she's either dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get. She was just too drunk to realize he's a loser, plays video games, or she's top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's a dude she shouldn't be, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth, yeah, he treats me good enough to get my. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at it and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you
This is facts. This is major facts.
be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve to me? If you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all.
Nope.
That's
If anything, his value increases.
just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait.
I like her. I had a feeling I would.
Wait, Esther, 1 second. So, may I ask you a question? What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
Haram.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So
Yes.
let's say you had 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is because she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if...
But no, I'm asking. Do
Okay,
you know?
I ask what if...
Yo, he's making such a valid point here. Reminds me of the story that I told y'all once before of the female that I know that's married, but she was cheating on her husband with a dude that I knew from high school, and she got pregnant, didn't know who the father was. If she had only been dealing with her husband, who she was trying to get pregnant by, she would know exactly who the father was.
They're different races. One
Answer
white,
the
one black.
question.
You don't know.
Answer the question.
You don't know. Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are. At least. If you have a woman with 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just
It's
say...
disgusting.
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh, that's... Oh, yeah.
You have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society's changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, she couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say I'm pregnant, but you've been by 4 different dudes, I'd be like, who says it's mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them want to look after her. She will literally perish. This is why in most of the world today, still today, virginity is so coveted, and throughout all of history it's been so coveted, because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin, I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin, prove it's mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, in most of the world today, without virginity, or at least a low body count, or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So
yeah, it got so bad to now that we live in times where a man that may be married to his woman will go to the hospital, that baby come out, and this man want a paternity test off rip, even though he's married to her. That's how much times have changed with this promiscuous nature that these women have now.
It's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men and saying, one of you has to take care of me and put up with me when I'm fat and moody and annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Where it's different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal. You know what's actually funny? The things that she's saying are common knowledge 20, 30 years ago. This is how the world functioned. This is how the whole world functioned. The things I say that somehow people believe are controversial are exactly the way the world functioned in like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. All of the entire period of human history, men had a role of masculinity, women had a role of femininity, we worked as a team. Now the world's come along and they've destroyed and broken everything. And there's this new progressive think and this new generation of women who seem to believe that if we completely f it all up, it's going to end up better. And my argument to that is, listen, we went from walking around in fields in small nomadic groups to building cities, to building the pyramids, to going to the moon. We managed to go from a few thousand to billions of people, populate the entire planet, build canals, build skyscrapers, cities. All of this was done based on the back of man being a man, woman being a woman, working together as a family.
And now it's destroyed.
Now they're going to come along and f it up.
If it's not broke, don't
It's
fix
destroyed.
it.
It's been destroyed. Man has destroyed Earth. What are you talking about? It's been by decisions from powerful men that got men to go to wars and from women to lose husbands.
Wait, what? What did she just get mad about? Woman, you are living off the back of what man has created for you. You wouldn't be who you are, where you are today, right now, sitting on that dang on couch if it wasn't for what he just talked about. Put some spec on it. What'd she say?
It's been destroyed. Man has destroyed Earth. What are you talking about? It's been by decisions from powerful men that got men to go to wars and from women to lose husbands.
Men
make decisions for war.
Listen, please,
men kill men.
Please listen to me.
To protect who? Everyone. That has always been a thing since mankind existence. The man will go to war to protect his tribe. Come on now. Men
built the earth. I'm not saying men are perfect, but the entire world that you're existing under was built by men.
Yeah, it's
all
true.
of it. So, and the point I'm making is now we're entering a world of new think. And the problem with new think is it's not tested. I don't give a shit what anyone's opinion is. What I can state as a matter of fact is we had 5,000 years of history that tells us how the world works with X and Y together. We're now entering a new paradigm. There's no 5,000 years of history. So whatever you believe about how it's going to work or it's going to be better or worse, whatever, that's just you guessing. Everyone is guessing, right? So we're entering a brand new paradigm and everything's completely up. The point you were making earlier, which is a fantastic one about if I pick a woman who's advertising, etc., etc. Men always, please keep this in mind, especially if you're a female. People always say, you know, the number of emails I get from girls who say you don't give enough girl game. I'll give you girl game right now. Your man wants status. That's what he wants. You need to find a way to make him look good to the world and to his friends.
So how do you do that?
I'll tell you, one of the ways a man can get status is to get the girl that no one can get. That's a very simple way, right? So
I said not ready to mingle. I did right.
Okay, no, but this is the truth, right? If I date a girl and she's perfect in every way, head to toe, and then I'd say, I met this girl, yeah, she's this, she's this. Oh yeah, I took her for a date. Even if you didn't fuck her, if you no, I just went for a date. So you went. The attraction goes from this to zero, done. And it may not for some men, because some men haven't got choices, but men like me who genuinely have unlimited options, we want complete exclusivity. That's what we're looking for, because that gives status. That's what you're looking for. So you have to be very careful as a female with all of your actions, all of your interactions with your boyfriend or when you're looking for a boyfriend, etc., and say, am I going to make my man look better by doing X or look worse? Simple things. I've had endless arguments about girls' nights out, right? Oh, you're insecure, da, da, da. It's not about insecure. I don't give a fuck if no man talks to you all night long. I don't care if you're going out and you're going to an all-girl club. I don't care. I know that when my boys say, oh, all the girls are going out, and I say, not my girl, she stays home.
Right.
I look good. That's it. She stays home. She doesn't go out. She doesn't want to go out without me. That's status. It's not about the night out. It's about the status of being the man in the house. That's what a man wants. He wants respect. He wants to be the man of the house. I say she stays home. She stays home. Big G. Boom, boom. That's what we want.
Is there ever cheating that's too far? Like, so if a guy cheats on a girl, is there ever a point where she...
Yeah, there's a lot of cheating. There's completely a lot of cheating.
So, like, if he knocks up another girl, would you say that's too far?
All right. So,
Yeah.
first things first, I'm a man of my word. I don't even think I'm a liar. So here's your Clementine.
Thank you.
And he peeled it. What a gentleman.
Thank you.
I'm a gentleman. Right. So, obviously, I'm not saying blatant...
And you see, she like that. She like that. Hey, you can't touch Andrew Tate. He know what he doing now. He know what he doing. He's talking about some old school values, but these new modern era women, they want to hate on it. And some of these modern boys too, they want to hate on it.
Disrespect your woman, right? She's your woman, she's your queen, she's the most important thing in the world to you. She needs to be treated in a way that she feels that, right? But it's unfortunate, because I keep tying back to this baseline point, but the reason I keep going back to this baseline point is to try and explain to everybody at home how simple the world can be if you go back to the baselines of it. Why do men cheat? Most women don't know. You'll see it them all the time. Why do men cheat? Oh, because men are just stupid. And why do men girls uglier than their main chick? Why do men do all this stuff?
They had
Do you know
a
why?
moment.
I'll tell you why. Let's go back to the first thing I've been saying this whole time. Status. Yeah, that's my chick. She's home. Took this one home. Yeah, I got that one. She's chasing me.
That's
Status.
it.
Status. But it's stupid to females. I get it. But that's the male world, because sexual access is an easy indicator of status. So that's one of the reasons they do it, right?
Yes.
So you have to go back into the baseline of why men even cheat in the first place. I'm telling you, if you're a woman, the smartest thing you can do is look after your man, make him not want to cheat, be perfect. But there's going to be a time across a 20-year marriage you might just need to be a little bit blind. A little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just don't look at his phone.
So
and you'll be cool. You'll be cool. Just make sure the bills are paid. He does his jobs the man.
What
Now,
if
I'm
you
not
can
saying-
pay your own bills, though?
But this is it. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not saying allow this for fucking Joe Schmo. I'm not saying let loser pick you up, lock you down, and go
That's
cheat on you.
right.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he's a G and he's doing enough of his other jobs. As for you saying, what if you can pay your own bills? Then what's the reality you face? Just like I described earlier, I'm going to decide that the thing that I prioritize above everything, above his resource, above the amount he cares for me. You'll see men cheat on a woman and then cry his eyes out trying to get that woman back. He still loves you. It's not the same as if you cheated. He loves you with all his heart. He'd die for you. He'd take a bullet for you. And bitch, doesn't matter. It's a different game for men, right? So you're sitting here going, well, I'm going to prioritize his sexual exclusivity over all of his other attributes. You're just going to end up having endless failed relationships. Too many dudes, and then what's going to happen is your psychology is going to break, because females don't like to accept the fact that if you sleep with enough men and you get rid of the stigma around a new, your instant answer is constantly, he didn't text me, it's someone else. He was rude to me, I'll cheat. He was this, I'll get a new boyfriend. And then you end up just jumping on all day and you're done. You need to, the reality is you have to come to a point where you get a guy and he ticks boxes and you're like, you know what, I'm wifey, I got the Bentley, he does whatever he does, but my bills are paid. That's
So
it.
when would you...
Pause. So that reminds me of a story that I heard of this woman on Reddit, and she was perplexed because she had got on Facebook and she saw that her husband, because she was trying to create a new account for herself under her husband's last name for herself, she saw that her husband had been in a relationship and had kids with a whole nother family, a whole nother woman in a different state. She didn't know what to do. She was confused. She was perplexed. She was like, well, he does all the right things. He provides for us. He take care of our kids. We got a roof over our head. I don't have to work. But he's also doing that exact same thing for this other family. So what should I do? Should I sit back and just allow this to happen? Or should I confront him because I'm upset about this? And then she came to the realization, she's like, you know what? I'm going to speak to him about it, but I'm also let him know. I'm like, hey, you know, you're doing everything right by us. I feel like I'm getting everything that I need and deserve. Just know that I'm aware that you have this other family. It's different. It's different when you're dealing with a certain type of dude that has that ability to provide. To really provide. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna come back to this. I'm gonna have Jess Pearl's channel linked down in the description box below with this video so that y'all can see this 3-hour-long podcast in its entirety. But leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. See you.